Okay, welcome back again to some more 0K action. It's going to be a 1v1 game, a very intimate game on the map Obsidian Beta, and we'll get stuck straight into it. Okay, so yeah, got bottom left versus top right. We'll skip the pre-game chatter since nothing is really happening there, so like a fun, you tall bean. So at the top right I got myself Lightman, playing with Cloakies, so starting off with just like that again. Starting off with 5 Glaives, Conjure, then into Glaives, and my opponent is going to be Sazdrum, is going to be playing as Shield Bots, and is actually going to be going with similar setup, except Bandits are a bit more powerful compared to Glaives, so we'll see how that works out there, and also going to be going for a couple of Solars for power. And as to me, yep, going for a couple of Solars as well, wrapped around a laser tower, so what the hell. We'll see how this works out. Is he going for a laser tower? Stinger? Oh, not Stinger. Lotus. A bit early to go for a Stinger, but anyway. And it doesn't look like it. I was just going to be supporting his factory. And yeah, just going to be pumping out those Glaives as quick. Not Glaives. Bandits as quickly as possible. So just spreading them around, it seems. And yeah. My guys are not going to be encountering them just yet. Speaking of which. Ah, there we go. That's, I suppose, a bit better. Let's see, we'll just go back to this. So, yeah, I think he did spot me though. Apparently there's another command I can use as well, which is spec full view or something. Spec view. And, good, so this is basically all I can see at the moment. Perfect. And we can just do that again to get that. Perfect, okay, not bad command actually. So at the very least, I'm pretty sure he did spot me. And yeah, he's basically going to camp on top of the... Actually, no, he's not. Okay, he's going to wait for my guys to go over, then he's going to attack me. As you can see, he's actually going to be camping on the reverse slope of the hill. Thankfully though, my guys are going to be going around, but yeah, he's definitely alerted to my presence. And his radar should be picking me up pretty damn soon. We'll just go back to line of sight. And he's actually going to be going, yeah, he's going to be going forward, and just as my guy is into the radar region, he's going to be going to try to shake him out, but yeah, he's definitely spotted my guys, so good read by him, I suppose. And yeah, my Glaives are just going to be completely outnumbered. They're going to need to get out as quickly as possible, but nope. I run them straight into the bloody Bandits. I actually do manage to take out one Bandit for one Glaive. Oh no, whoops, both of those Glaives are mine. I managed to severely weaken a few of his Bandits, but yeah, he does a great job in keeping them alive. He's got them weakened. One is at near death. There we go, 2 killed off. But that's basically in exchange for all my Glaives, so very, very good control of the Bandits by Sazdrum, if I do say so. Just looking back on this here, definitely seeing how I could improve my radar control a bit more, actually, to say the least. Jesus. So, going to be counteracting with a couple of Warriors, and then going into more Glaives, apparently. So yeah, just abandoning the raiding game. Do try to send in one last raider, but nope, LT manages to pick him up. And he gets reclaimed pretty damn quickly, so things are going pretty shitty for me, actually. Sazdrum getting the military advantage, and a slight economic advantage as well, so yeah, looking pretty damn shitty for me indeed, actually, looking back on this especially. Well, what the hell, I mean, I'm still expanding, and I'm definitely... Oops. Definitely not out of the match just yet, but yeah, he's definitely got more... well, I've got 4 Glaives. I'll eventually have a Warrior, but yeah, he's going to be a bit late to the party. In fact, he's going to go straight in, try to... no, he's actually... Oh, no, he's going to flank, or maybe not. No, he keeps changing his mind, it seems. Now I'm going to go for a head-on assault, and yep, again, I rush into my Glaives. I don't know what the hell I'm thinking. Apparently, even though these guys are like slightly more, well, slightly longer version, slightly longer ranged versions of Glaives and such, apparently the reverse micro against them can still work out pretty well. But as you can see, I wasn't really reversing too well, and yeah, well, I almost take out all of his Bandits, but unfortunately that last Bandit managing to take out my LT, and yeah, now he's basically free to harass me as much as possible. My Glaive's getting a bit caught up. They managed to take out one for one of my Glaives, but still, he's just raiding the crap out of me. And not only that, he's also got a... Oh, never mind, I thought he was actually doing something up there. Nope, apparently I'm just expanding there willy-nilly. I also do manage to upgrade my commander, so just the Titan commander upgraded to level 1, which is just the beam laser. It's just for a bit of, well, just for a bit of extra support, I suppose, in the front lines. And yeah, at the very least my LLT is pretty secure. going to be a bit tricky to hit that. I suppose they could technically go around and then try to sort of aim over the mechs to get it, or just get close enough to aim across the cracks or whatever, but nope, instead, yeah, saves Drum doing the wise thing, and yeah, just sending him around. Takes out the radar tower pretty damn easily, and takes out a mechs as well. Loses all 3 of his bandits, and relatively even trade. Maybe not the most even of trades, but keep in mind that he's got a pretty significant economic advantage. Maybe not a military advantage, but he can recoup his well, he can get back his military advantage soon enough if he just focuses on building it up a bit more. As you can see, both of us are actually going to be accessing metal, not exactly the best of straits to be in, but what can you do? Same time, I should be reclaiming this field and finishing off this LLT for that matter. And nope, just going to keep my commander there. Well, there you go. Fun times indeed. Also sending the warrior around just to help out with the conjurer. In fact, I don't think my opponent has gone through anything but not Glaives. I keep calling them Glaives, they're bandits, for God's sake. I've got the Glaives. So he's going for more and more bandits, of course, and nothing much else really. A couple of convicts just to help build as well. He basically, as you can see, this game has been mostly a game of harassment. And yeah, my opponent, Sazdra, unfortunately for me, has basically done a much better job of it than I have. Do have a couple of warriors to defend, but yeah, overall he's just done far more damage to me than the other way around. And what the hell, I mean, quite of it just comes down to micro and positioning really, and yeah, just maybe not defending as well as I could for that matter either. I mean, yeah, just, yeah. I mean, really, I should have, just leaving all these bandits, for example, partially damaged and all that, while my guys get killed off, definitely not a good trade at all, especially at the beginning of the game, as you could see. Basically left almost all of his bandits heavily damaged, but all of my Glaives were dead as a result, so obviously not the best of way to do things, to say the least. But oh well, we'll try to harass a bit. 2 LLT is basically going to be shutting that down. I do have I wouldn't quite call it a surround, but I suppose I've got a bit of a perimeter established with my own Glaives, and strangely enough, Sazdrum does not actually have the military advantage, bizarrely enough. Even though he's got all these bandits and such. But yep, he's going to be going for planes. And as myself, yep, still sticking with, actually I'm going to go with 3 rockos to every warrior and glaive. So going for a bit more of a balanced force, or what counts as a balanced force. Maybe mixing an Azios or 2 wouldn't hurt either. But the plane plan to Sazdrum is probably going to catch me off guard, unless if I can actually scout it out. And yeah, this is where a something cloaked, like say for example, not a hermit, that's a spider and it's not cloaked, but anyway, something like say a gremlin, which is actually what I'm going to be sending out, would be absolutely priceless for scouting. But in fact, just have a look, actually, it looks like I've got this very slight economic advantage. Definitely, yeah, I was just accessing metal way too much. I got far too little energy for the amount of metal that I have, in fact, and yeah, I really should be focusing on building a little bit more NRG, to say the least. We've got military parity, but with my opponent also going for planes, well, that military parity could very much change very quickly, especially since I've only got a single gremlin, and he is not even built yet, so this is probably not going to work out too well. At the very least, I do manage to pretty much take out all of his bandits, and barely managing to keep my Lotus alive, thank God for that. Still continuing to make metal, so this is... okay, I suppose I didn't really notice this at the time, but yeah, definitely really needed to get more energy up, because as you can see, yeah. I mean, I got a slight metal advantage, or at least in theory I should, but my lack of energy is really, really hampering me. I don't know what the hell I was thinking. And of course that means, you know, for stuff that cloaks, well, it's basically not going to be cloaked, because it requires energy in RG. So yeah, massive mistake by myself. I don't know what the hell I was thinking, and there we go, going to be building some energy now. But yeah, it's a little bit of a matter of too little too late, and I didn't scout out his planes either, and yeah, now I've got pretty much no defense against it. I jumped away my commander a little bit prematurely, and yeah, I mean, it might have been able to dodge the shots if I actually jumped him, you know, just as he was about to drop the bomb, but no, I don't know why the hell I jumped him like that. Maybe I was hoping to run away and he wouldn't see me, but that's the thing with planes, they're pretty damn fast, and they can go pretty much anywhere, so yeah. A bit of a silly game by myself, but what the hell, bit of a learning experience, and just looking back on this, yeah, It's interesting, yeah, just looking at it in hindsight, just seeing all the things he could have done. But there you go. Learning experience, like I said. So he's going to be building up another defender, because why not? And as for myself, my reply to his air is going to be Conjurers. No anti-air. Oh, there we go. We do have some anti-air. Not much though, and it's not exactly at the front either, so yeah, not exactly going to work out too well. At the very least, I'm tearing a bit out of his expansions, but as you can see, he, even though he still has a very slight metal disadvantage, he's got far more energy. Just have a look actually, what has he got it in? Yep, so he's basically just got solars and no other power plants actually. Damage your nose. Yeah, he's just got solars all over the place, and as myself, I've got next to no bloody energy, which is kind of funny really, because I've got solars as well, and I don't think he's actually really destroyed that much in terms of solars up until this moment really. So just going to weaken my position even further, and yeah. Now he's got the massive military advantage as well. He's pretty much torn everything apart. My little sword side charge into the expansion is not actually working out too badly. It's just that I really need to bring the Gremlins up a bit further, just so that they can actually provide proper anti-air supports. Maybe bring in a few more Gremlins as well, that probably wouldn't hurt, but yeah, they were too far back actually. I guess I was just a bit afraid of them getting torn to shreds, and instead the forces that they were attacking got torn to shreds, so yeah, just fucking dandy. But anyway, and yeah, looks like my own expansion is getting torn to shreds as well. Ouch. Only one single defender though, I mean, that would barely stop one bandit, let alone two, so ah well, and yeah, they're just getting torn to shreds. So pretty much, yeah, getting torn apart systematically by Sazdra. My Gremlins doing whatever they can, which is actually a bit, given that there's only 3 of them, but oh, now they're going to get bombed out. And yeah, down I go, so indeed. A bit of a frustrating game to play at the time, but what the hell, I mean, just looking back on this, definitely room for improvement, as you can see. So there you have it. I shall see you all in the next game.